Hey everybody, welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to title this video Cozy Season Party Foods. We've had a couple parties recently and I made all of this food that I'm going to show you today. They were fall parties. The good thing about these though, you can have them anytime you good and well please. They're not super specific to have it a certain season. So there's all kind of parties coming up. In fact, you know what? You just might be getting together to watch a football game on a Sunday and you want something to take. So these work anytime and it doesn't have to even be for a party. You can just make them and eat them at home. Isn't that the great thing about recipes? And when you're in your own kitchen, you can do whatever you want. So I hope today when you get done watching this, you'll have ideas and inspiration for some things that are quick and easy, very delicious. That's what I'm hoping that you'll get from today's video. So let's get right on into it, you guys. Good morning, everybody. I've got a great crock pot recipe coming up. You can do this on the stovetop as well, but I like doing this in my crock pot. So I'm doing this the day before. I am making a vegetable beef soup for tomorrow. So today I want to cook my chuck roast, and on top of it here I've got some garlic, some beef base, pepper, and about half an onion diced. I poured in about 8 cups of water there in the bottom, and I'm gonna let this cook all day. So when this is done, I'll have broth for my soup, and I will have the meat portion. I'll just take this out, take it off the bone, get all the fat off of there, get it shredded and back in, and then I'll build my vegetable soup. This is how my mom always made it. Of course, that's how I make it and how my family really likes it. And I just felt like we weren't gonna wait any longer on a big old yummy pot of beef vegetable soup. So stay tuned. So here's what it looked like after it was all cooked. I just took the meat out, got off the bone, and there wasn't very much fat on this one, but I took off the fat that was there, shredded the meat, and put it back in. And then the next morning, this is what it looked like when I pulled it out. I had a little bit of green beans left from our dinner. I put those in there, and then I just used this combination. And again, kind of like chili, I don't follow a recipe for beef vegetable soup. I use what I have. Certain things I make sure I put in every time, one of those being cabbage. I added some extra potatoes. I went in with some paprika and crushed red pepper. I was out of chili powder. I used that all on my chili and didn't realize that I was out of that. But look at that morning sunshine just pouring through. But I got this all stirred together and let this just cook all day long. And it was really, really good. I was real happy with it, and we gobbled it up. We had some leftovers. And that's always great because this just tastes better as it goes. I also decided to make some homemade pimento cheese. This was my first time to make it. And so I'm starting off here with some freshly shredded cheese, and then I needed just a little bit more, and I just happened to have these large shreds by Kraft. So that finished off just the little bit more of cheese that I needed. I did some research online to come up with a recipe that I wanted to use. I had saved a couple, and so I kind of did a combo of things, but I will have that all down below in the description box. This particular recipe that I followed most closely, it called for whipped cream cheese. It did not call for mayonnaise, but most all of the recipes did, so I put just a little bit in there. One of them called for some jalapeno peppers and a little bit of the pepper juice. So I knew I wanted to go for that. I didn't go for much. I didn't want to make it spicy. I just wanted it to have a little bit of that flavor. And overall, I was really pleased with this. I used that cream cheese spread, which was nice and easy to stir together. We like pimento cheese, but I don't make it from scratch. I usually just buy, I actually really like the one from Aldi. I also like the Pimento brand, is really good. It's not something that we eat super often, but we do enjoy it. So I thought this would be a fun time to make up a homemade batch of pimento cheese spread. So again, look below for the
two recipes that I followed the most closely. And of course, this is so customizable. That's why there's so many different recipes for this out there. You can just make it to suit your taste. So this was one other thing that I made. This is family night tonight, and it's our great pumpkin party. We have a Charlie Brown pumpkin party every October. We watch Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown. We carve our pumpkins. I give little treats, and it's a family tradition that we look forward to so very much. So this was part of the menu.
Okay, everything you see in this bowl are the ingredients -1 to make jalapeno popper pinwheels. Yes, jalapeno popper pinwheels. So I have a block of softened cream cheese. I've got a 1/3 cup, and instead of sour cream, I'm using cottage cheese because I don't have sour cream. 2 green onions. It said only the greens, but I used the whites as well. 6 strips of bacon, cooked, drained, crumbled. I used a package of bacon, real bacon pieces, because I didn't want to fry up bacon. Cheater. And then some, I forget, a couple tablespoons of jalapeños. You could use fresh or pickled, whatever you wanted. I used the pickled, and I put in a little bit of the jalapeno juice. All this is going to get mixed together, and you're going to spread it inside of the tortilla per usual with pinwheels. I think this one's really going to be good. Also, if you haven't seen, I have a pinwheel video that has some really, really good ones. If you haven't seen that, I will link it below. It's got really nice recipes for pinwheels that are so great for parties, for just lunch times. They're so versatile, but so fun. So I'll link that below in case you want to check that out. Here's what it looks like when it's all smushed up together. I tasted it, just sample. I added a little bit of garlic powder and a little bit of paprika. And honestly, this has a really great flavor. I'm pretty impressed with how this tastes. It's gonna make a really good pinwheel.
Now, when I make pinwheels, I usually put all of the tortillas that are filled, put them back in the tortilla bag or a Ziploc bag, and I wait a while before I slice them up. But I didn't have time to do that today, and they worked out just fine. So I just got them all sliced up and plated here, and there wasn't a single one left over. These were really good. Look below for the recipe. And then here's everything out. All the kids are here. We are ready to start our Charlie Brown night. I just got everything out here on the island. I'm going to put some videos and pictures at the end of our fun evening, so be sure and watch to the end. I also decided to make some hot ham and cheese kind of on the spare of the moment. Again, a big hit. Those just were gone in lickety split, and all of this was really good. I like having a soup and a sandwich. I think it works out really well together, and so yeah, this was great. And also I made a new recipe for dessert. It's a poke cake, and I'm going to give you a little preview here on what went in the cake. Come back to see this recipe. I'm going to attach this one to when I show my fall front porch. So you want to make sure and come back to get this recipe. It was great. For the next set of party foods I'm going to show you, it was for our big fall party that we host every year on the second Saturday of October. It is just something we look forward to so very much. We have a big crowd. It's just a blast. We make so many memories every year. But this particular year, it felt more like summer than it did like fall. And so I kind of planned my menu accordingly. And so I'm going to show you the things that I made for our big fall party.
Okay guys, I am making ham salad. I think this is my first time to make it. I may have made it years ago, but I don't think so. So I have kind of this big container here. I took 2 quart-sized bags out of my freezer that was leftover ham, and they were not full. So I could measure this out. It's probably about 4 cups. I'm guessing about 4 cups. So I found a recipe online. I just typed in ham salad, and they all are pretty similar. So I'm going to bring you along as I am making this. So I just did this in my little ancient, really old and small food chopper. And now I'm doing some onion. I think it calls for 2 tablespoons of really finely diced onion and some finely, like a stalk of finely diced celery. So I'm going to just go ahead and use this little chopper for my onion and my celery. Okay, I have my celery done, I have my onion done, and it calls for a little bit of dill, actually not dill, sweet relish. I only have dill, so I put just a little bit of dill relish. It says that's optional. And then it's a little bit of mustard, a little bit of mayonnaise, and then egg, 1 hard-boiled egg. Since I have a little bit more ham, I'm doing 2. So pretty easy recipe.
Here it is, all mixed up. I added just a little bit of sugar. I felt like it needed that. And I just used these little Pepperidge Farms slider buns. And we were really happy with how this turned out. Ham salad, much easier to make than I probably thought it was. So I really liked it.
And then now I'm making a cold taco salad. This is all I'm doing for now. I got my lettuce, romaine chopped, onion chopped, and my tomato chopped. That's all I'm doing in prep work for this right now. And then in this bag, I am making the TikTok sandwiches. So I have shredded my lettuce, I've chopped my onion, my pickle, and I've added in my banana peppers. And that's all the prep work I'm doing on this right now. And I'll show you the rest as I get going on that.
I love this cold taco salad. It is so versatile. You can use a variety of things inside the salad to dress the salad. You can use whatever kind of chips you want. It's very versatile. I always use chili beans. Of course, never drain those. It gives such great flavor. And then my favorite dressing is the Italian. My mom always used Catalina. I love that. But the Italian, and I know that might sound strange, but it is a really, really good flavor combo. So I most generally make it with the Italian. And then of course you don't want to add your chips in till right before time to serve. And this particular day I used Doritos, but you can use any kind of chips you want, corn chips, whatever you want. Meat, you can use meat if you want or not. This is a really good salad. Now I'm moving on to making the dressing for the TikTok sandwiches. So I'm going in with a little bit of mayonnaise. I'm using red wine vinegar, and I'll use a little bit of grated Parmesan cheese and some dry Italian seasoning. These sandwiches, they're called TikTok sandwiches, or like an Italian grinder sandwich. They became very popular and went viral on TikTok. I don't have TikTok, but I've seen these shared so many times, and I've actually made them before. They're really good. And I've also made the salad, where it's basically you do all of this, but instead of putting it in a sandwich, you just eat it as a salad. I'm adding a little bit of garlic powder in here. And so again, as with most any recipe, just make it how you like it. But these are the ingredients that I'm using to make the dressing. And so you saw where I had already chopped up and prepared my veggies. So here they are. And I had also already chopped my meat. I had used a pound of turkey, a pound of honey ham. I think before I've used either pepperoni or salami, but I did not use either of those this time. I'm pouring the dressing right into the bag, and I'm just going to mix this all around and then make the sandwiches. So I think the concept, the way you build these sandwiches is a little bit different. But yeah, they're really great. So I chose to make these are called mini sub buns. I think they're by Aunt Millie's. I used provolone cheese. I baked those off in the oven just to melt the cheese. And then I just went in and started adding in all of those good, yummy sandwich ingredients that are all mixed in together. Pile them in there, and you have the TikTok sandwich. And they are really tasty. First thought I was going to wrap them in this parchment paper like this, which is so cute, but I decided to just cut them on a diagonal and plate them up. And then I wanted to show you these. My daughter-in-law made copycat Little Debbie oatmeal cream pies. Oh my word, they were so good, better than the original. All right, I'm going to show you just some clips of our fun Charlie Brown pumpkin night, and I will have a video of our big fall party. I always make a video of that each year, so be looking for that. Unless it's already come out, be looking for that. Pumpkin guts coming out. After we watch this and eat dinner, what are we gonna do?
Carve a pumpkin.
Who's gonna carve a pumpkin?
Down to one.
Well, thanks so much for spending some time with me today, you guys. I appreciate it more than you know. How about you leave me a comment below and tell me what your favorite party food is, whether to eat at a party, take at a party, or you can tell me what you love to have during this cozy season. All right, thank you so much. Leave it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you've not. To those of you that have, thank you times 100, and I'll see you next week. Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. Bye, everybody.